Hi, Grand Prairie. I just got back from a busy evening of knocking on doors and going to a planning meeting for a neighborhood day celebration. And today, while I was door knocking in the rain, I had a bit of an aha moment and I thought I'd share it with you. I often get asked, so what are kind of the three big issues that people raise when you show up at their doors? And the first two are really easy. First one is taxes. More than anything else, people bring up taxes. Second one is roads, whether that's frustrations with construction, whether that's complaints about potholes, whether that's snow removal. So people bring up something about roads quite often. The third one, I've always struggled figuring out what it was. And that's because there's so many things brought up. But today my aha moment was, it's the little annoyances that people bring up. An example is today I talked to a guy named Rob, and I said, do you have any issues you're keeping your eyes on? And he tells me, well, it's a little thing. It's maybe not important for the big scheme of things, but let me show you. And like so many of these conversations often go, he marched me out to the street, showed me something that was going on. And there was a bus stop about 25 feet away from his driveway. What happens is, multiple times throughout a day, a bus stops at this bus stop, and then that means that the end of the bus is right where he parks his cars. So if he needs to get in and over his driveway, it's difficult. But also, when the bus lets down its airbags to let people in and out, a big burst of air goes out the back, and all this dust is raised. It sprays all over his vehicles, and it sprays all over his house. And this has been happening for, he said, 17 years it's been happening to him. And every couple of years he calls the city, and he's right next door to an easement. There's lots of space further down the road where this bench could be moved. And he calls to get it moved, and it just won't happen. And he's been dealing with this little nuisance for 17 years now. And there's been so many conversations I've had where somebody tells me about something that maybe it's small in the grand scheme of things, but in terms of their daily, day-to-day life, they become pretty significant. And I think it's because of this that I think citizen service needs to be one of the priorities of our next council. If you check out votebressie.ca/strategic, I've said what are the 4 strategic priorities our next council should focus on. And one of those is citizen service. And a big part of that is figuring out these little annoyances that people have. Can we do a better job of listening to them? Can we do a better job of addressing them? And whether that addressing them means we can solve them or not, at least we can do a good job of being straight with people, what's going on, why it's happening, and what we're willing to do about it. So little annoyances. That's the third big issue that people raise with me. I love getting to knock on doors because I think these are things that I would never have heard of anywhere else. Anyways, Grand Prairie, you've been so welcoming to me. You've been so ready to talk. I so appreciate that about you. Thank you.